G Money.
Yo,
What's up, man?
what's good? What's good?
Good seeing you, man.
Likewise, good to see you too, sir.
Well, is it really?
I mean,
You be coming here stunting and stuff like that, man. You getting along with the guests beforehand.
Oh, this been Winston. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, both.
Okay.
Both. You know what I mean? I think that I think you got it out for me, man. I think you got it out for me, man. You came in, you was getting along with somebody that, he's not part of anything. He's not part of. He's not part of. I mean, he's a part of something. No, let me say that. Let me fix it. He's a part of something, but I mean, anything over here, he's not a part of what we got going on.
I was starting to think that Philly might be my second.
Oh nah, don't go there.
I think Philly might be the second. I don't know. I can't say a home because I haven't spent enough time out there yet. But
because homie told you that he watched the show because of you. Now Philly might be. You see what I'm saying? Everybody from Philly like you and Harlem like you, huh?
I don't know what's
going on,
man.
You be DMing these dudes beforehand?
Nah, man. It's the vibe. You know what I'm saying? They got a good vibe. We got good energy, man. Philly and Harlem got good energy. Every time we get a guest from Philly or Harlem up here, it goes down.
A lot of things working out. We should be having some, news soon.
Updates.
You know
what I'm saying?
But we got to stay working and grinding nonetheless.
We got to stay safe, man. Birthday shenanigans got a little crazy last week.
Cause of you? Japan, dude. Because of you.
No, that wasn't me. Man.
Yo. You know what's so crazy? And before we get to our guests, you talk a lot of stuff, but you be the main cause of trouble. People don't know that. You caused that. I found out all. You didn't even tell me that was going on. You didn't tell me that these compliments was thrown towards you. Nah. You didn't tell me that you was walking slow and you didn't tell me all that.
I told you the details, bro. That wasn't me.
How did you feel about it? You was very upset. You wasn't very upset, but you was kind of disappointed.
Yeah. It seemed like back to the old ways a little bit.
Yeah.
Not you, but
I've been doing pretty all right.
You've been doing pretty good, I must say. Yeah. So the guests.
Okay. We don't want this guy to wait too long because we seen his work. We seen what he does out there. When he drink his little water. Yeah. Before we do G Money.
Yo.
Episode 163. We made it. We got a special guest, Philly in the building.
Philly. What's up?
He called and checked up on me. He called me, tried to, talk aggressive on the phone.
What?
Yeah, I mean, he tried to use his muscle, we say, in Queens. He tried to use his muscle. But nonetheless, let's put some respect on my man, Mike Knox in the building. Round of applause one more time.
Yeah.
Welcome, man. Welcome.
Beautiful thing.
Yeah, man, if you're going to whisper, man, pull the mic a little closer, man, because you want to talk with your soft voice. Pull the mic a little closer.
Philly guys want to talk loud.
Good. That's all right.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
This budget you got, you're supposed to have somebody doing this.
Well, we did.
Well,
yeah, it's all right. It's all right now.
All right, cool.
It's good. It's good, dude.
How
are you? Welcome.
I'm good, man. I'm blessed. How you feeling?
A long time coming, yes?
Yeah, I'm proud of you, my brother.
Thank you. No, don't.
I'm proud of you, my brother.
Don't give me double head compliments.
For having me here.
Don't give me double, because you
here.
tried to cancel today.
Huh?
You tried to cancel today.
Well, the hurricane was trying to cancel.
I didn't see a hurricane.
Well, I'm here. I don't duck nothing. What's up? We here. What we talk about?
A lot.
Hey.
A lot.
I know you got some stuff written down.
Oh.
When you starting that? You had to go scramble and fix it
No. We gonna still do it the way we do it.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna still do it the way we do it, but
What is it about Philly, man? Like your energy, every guest we had up here, like what's in the water, what's in the air in Philly that gives y'all this extra confidence, extra you know what I'm saying?
I think it's just the aggressive nature where we come from. You know what I mean? All of us come from the curve, hustling, getting to it. It's no different than being in the streets every day. If you who you say you are.
that was hell.
I mean, he had one from behind the scenes, but I'm gonna wait a little bit.
If you give it to him early, I'm leaving.
No, I go with these.
Yeah.
Philly. What part of Philly you from?
North Philly.
North Philly. Why is Philly so separated? Meaning, they got. How is it separated? Is North Philly? Is it South Philly or Southwest?
Philly, South Philly, Southwest, West Philly, and you got Uptown. It's just like how y'all got your boroughs. That's how Philly is.
But these are the names that you guys made it up. This is not.
No. We didn't make them up. That's how our city is. That's what it is.
Oh, that's how the city is out there.
Yeah.
So it's on the map. It says it.
Yes.
So break down real quick for us, if you can, break down the different parts of Philly, like the North Philly, the South Philly. Break down if out here, like you said, the boroughs, Queens, Brooklyn. I know Harlem was a slick talk because I know Queens Queens get the money. That's what they
I
say.
think that's a very well. He gonna answer it, but I think that's a very little crazy question. I tell you why, because everybody talks about a part of Philly they from. How crazy. Well, let's see how you answer.
I want to see what,
let's see. Put him in that position.
I want to see his version of it.
I don't like this guy.
Nah, I mean, for me, it's kind of different because I grew up with the Hustlers and the Wolves. I mean, it's just what it is. I grew up with the Hustlers and the Wolves. I mean, I think everybody came up around Hustlers and Wolves.
Right.
It's just about what you decided to be and what you could deal with being around.
So, I think what G Money's asking you is that what part of, if you could break down the section, like,
Right.
which one would be the wildest part? Which one would be
Every part is wild.
even Uptown?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So what's the
Get
difference
busy
between
up
each part then? Like which?
I mean, at one point in time, everybody had, like, for instance, you would have, see, that's what I'm saying, North Philly got money, South Philly got money, West Philly got money, Uptown, like, everybody was getting money. Now, you may have had, I say, like, the biggest misconception that it always was, and it was because before, a lot of us that you see in the music industry from Philly, before we was even born, it was always a North Philly, South Philly thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like the old heads and the gangs and all of that, like back in the day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But now it's more so like North Philly and South Philly, like we all with each other.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So there's no difference between the different.
To me, it's no
areas.
difference from
Okay,
nowhere.
everybody kind of the
Because
same.
I can go to every hood.
Right.
There's no difference. It's just about, you just got to be on your no matter where you go.
What avenue runs through North Philly and South Philly? Like, what's the longest avenue in Philadelphia?
Oh, man. It's the longest avenue? Sheesh. That's a good question, ain't it? I don't know, man. I just say Broad Street is just...
Broad Street runs straight.
Broad Street just runs from the top all the way down. And then you got to go around Center City to continue.
Really?
Yeah, so unless you take the back streets like 2nd Street all the way down and, Germantown Ave all the way down.
Germantown, I didn't hear about that.
That starts up Uptown and then shoots down to North Philly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have, but before, because I really want to turn up, but I'm gonna take my time real quick with you.
Take your time with me.
Yeah, pause.
What you mean? Don't nobody take their time with me.
You become a little aggressive, man. You just said you want to get off your chest.
You gotta watch what you say. How you say
What do you
it.
mean?
Go ahead. Let me let you finish so I can make sure I'm right.
Be mindful when you say to me.
I'm gonna give you a fair shake on this one. Go ahead.
Japan.
It's
It's getting close, man.
DJ, if you do that,
Getting close.
Go ahead.
your childhood.
Right.
Tell us about your childhood, like meaning, and don't paraphrase. Like I want to know, parents, like walk us through the steps.
I'm not telling you my year I was born, but
No, you don't have to.
born and raised in North Philly, right? Mom did it herself. Pop, you know how that go, Rolling Stone. Went to school, dropped out at, high school? I dropped out in 9th grade. I thought because I had a weed house, I was selling weed, right? So I felt like I was rich. So I said, man, school, I'm getting money. I ain't, you know what I mean? But I ended up, it's crazy because when I ended up going to the feds, I had to end up getting my GED. I'll never forget when I was in school, teacher told me before I dropped out, she said, you might as well get it now because it's going to come back in your face later on. And that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I'm a North Philly kid, man. What you want to know?
You got any siblings?
Yeah, I got brothers and sisters.
Okay.
But I don't really you know what I'm saying? I don't really put them, I don't let people really see them too much.
Gotcha.
Because I was so wild in the street doing so much.
Right.
So that be in front of you, you won't even know.
How many siblings you have?
3.
When you say Papa was a Rolling Stone, meaning like you know your father, right?
Yeah, I know him.
But he wasn't around when you were younger.
In my eyes, no.
Okay, your eyes.
In my eyes, no.
In his
Being
eyes.
a father now, no. Me being a father now, no, he wasn't there like he's supposed to. No.
When did you realize he wasn't around?
I would say, when you're younger, you want to see your father. So you them days when you sit in the window waiting for him to pull up and he don't pull up. You know what I mean? You supposed to get you some sneakers, but you don't really care about the sneakers. You rather he come. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't the sneakers with my pop at. You know what I'm saying? So I think the only thing I took from him was big cars. Like, he would have a big caddy cars, the 4-door joints and all that. So.
What did he do? What was his occupation?
He was in the street.
Oh, he was a hustler.
Yeah, he was hustling.
And then, but my thing is that but he didn't live with you guys basically.
No.
All right, and then did you see him a lot when you was younger, or you saw him more when you got older?
I seen him a little bit when I was younger, right? And then as I got older, I mean, I think I was just doing me. I left my mama's house when I was like 15. Never went back. She'll tell you that. Yeah, I've been on my own since then. I was in the street, heavy.
Did it bother you that your father wasn't around?
Early it did, but then as I started to be in the streets, I think I started to look for a father and being with older guys. And I think me being around them, they had me doing shit that I shouldn't have been doing. Like, yo, up. And I might be beating up that's twice my age. You know what I'm saying? Or I might be hustling or just doing some I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, no,
so it kind of like, I don't really, well, I don't, I'm old be trying to manipulate people. Yeah. It's very few that I, would listen to, but overall, I don't really.
Did you ever have a conversation with him as you got older about his presence? Did you ever ask him, or you just left it?
I seen him. You know what's crazy? It's ill because I seen him before I went to the F.D.S. I seen him. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, yo, he came to the crib, we kicked it for a bit, but it was like we didn't have that conversation because it wasn't really needed at that time because it was like, yo, I'm about to go away. I'm about to do like damn near a decade. So we're just going to kick it. Everybody's coming to my crib and join, and then it was like, I went away, but then I ain't hear from him after that. Like, but it was just like, all right.
He just popped up one day on your crib?
No, he didn't pop up. They put us in contact. And he was like, yo, like, what? Like, you going away? And, he came to court and all that stuff and, like, seeing what's going on. But then it was like, when it was time for me to go, I think I was on, like, surrender time. I had, like, probably, 2 weeks left before I went to go do my sentence. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, I'm just come by, and came by and kicked it and woo. And then I went in.
And you ain't hear from him since?
Nah, because it's always been like that. So it was norm for me. It was like, okay. That's just how it been.
That's not really normal, though. You know that. But
I'm saying this
in
for
our
me.
community, a lot of us go through that.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, that wouldn't be normal because we don't act like that as fathers. You're not like that, and I'm not.
Nah, I'm not like that at all.
You know what I mean? So but does it change your perspective, or will you be able to forgive and not forget, or would you hold them accountable for it as long? Like, are you a person that hold people accountable?
I am a person that hold people accountable for anything they do. Because I want to be held accountable for anything that I do. I have been held accountable. So I hold them accountable, but if we have a conversation, I don't even think that I would say certain things to them. Just because I'm the type of person, like, I don't even want them to feel like that. Like, it is what it is. We kind of just move on from it.
No, you wouldn't want him to feel bad or nothing.
Yeah, because, like...
Do you think it would be ingenuous? You don't think he'll be genuine about it? Or you
I don't
think
know.
there's
Ain't
no
no telling because, I'm his twin, so he might be like, man, I ain't trying to Like, who knows?
And he make it. Yeah, I get it.
I might get the hard him today, or I might get the soft pause, whatever, But I might not get that. I might get tough love. You know what I mean? Or I might get, I feel what you're saying. Who knows? But I just don't even deal with it.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
What's up with Mama Love? Sorry, G.
Oh, she good. Mama Love straight.
So you feel like probably obvious question, but you feel like if your pops was around when you were younger, you had a different turnout as far as like going to jail and stuff like that?
Maybe. Who knows? I've never been the type to really say like, well, if I had this, I wouldn't have did this.
Right.
Who knows, man? You human. You want what you want. I like nice. You know what I mean? It's not even material. I never wanted to live average. You know what I mean? And I never like to see my people like my people up, like money-wise. Some people come from them families where they come in and they got 4 uncles hustling, getting money, and you know what I'm saying? We ain't had that. You talking about damn near 15 people in one house in North Philly. Everybody coming down to eat dinner. And grandma ain't let nobody go in the pot until grandpa get his first. And that might be pork. So what you gonna do? That's just how it was. Yeah. Talking G. And this before all the Louis, the Fendi, the Gucci, and all that. This is, you know what I mean?
So now you're young. So you're young, and you wanted nice things. You wanted to get your own stuff and get situated. You said ninth grade, you dropped out of school.
Yeah.
Take us back to that decision, that day that you were like, all right, this is it. You know what I'm saying?
I was already on my own at that point. Like I said, I was already on my own. So I'll never forget I had moved in with somebody. He was a little older than me. He used to cut hair at the time. But his mom had gave him the house. His mom had like moved over Jersey. You know, back then moving over Jersey was big. You know what I'm saying? So his mom left in the house. So he like, yo, move in here. So I'm like, damn. So I'm sitting there. And he would like smoke weed every day. Like his homies would come in, they smoke weed, cut their hair and all that. And I'm like, man, I need to make some money. You know what I'm saying? So I started getting the weed and selling the weed to his homies. But the school that I dropped out of was literally probably 5 blocks away. So everybody would have to walk that way, like past the house, to go to school. Yeah. So I would sell like probably, I mean, we talking about years and years ago. So to make $600-700 in the morning just off weed every day was big. You talking about with a pound of weed was, you couldn't tell he ain't had no money then. You know what I'm saying?
What made you leave home? What happened? What was that? What was the incident that happened that made you leave your house?
My mother and my sister's father was together. Me and him didn't get along. So at that point, it was like, yo, I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? But I always knew, like my grandfather, my uncle and my grandfather, they used to beef a lot. So my grandfather used to always say, if you leave, don't come back. And I always kept that in my mind. So when I left, it was like, I'm not going back. Like, I'm going to figure this shit out. At points I was homeless. I had nowhere to go. I might go steal my man's house. He might sneak me in. I might stay there for a week. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no bed. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really got no clothes, but I'm figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I left. Real talk.
You didn't get along with him? Like he was trying to fight you and stuff? Or you tried to fight him?
Nah, but you know what? I can't even really say he wasn't a bad guy. Because I'm tell you something, every time I got into anything, like, you know, I've been in and out of jail all my life, not, you know, parading about it. He was always there though, like at the courts or whatever. So, you know, when you get older, you start realizing like, nah, he wasn't as bad as I thought he was. I think it was just like, you ain't my fucking pop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was rebellious in that area with him, and we just didn't get along. So I dipped.
So now you out of high school, like G said. You selling weed down the block. The school was far. Everybody had to walk down. You out here caking it.
Yeah, I was caking it off the weed. You know what I'm saying? And then the that I was staying with, he was like really, really a weed smoker. Mm-hmm. He dipped in my stash one day.
Really?
And that just changed everything for me. I said, nah, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Then I graduated from selling weed to selling crack.
So how you know he dipped into your stash?
Because he told me.
Oh, wow.
He told me on the like, yo, you weren't here. I wanted to smoke some weed. Because I used to pay him, you know, to stay there. So sometimes he'd be like, yo, just give it to me in weed. And when he starts saying he wanted it in weed, I'm like, how you want it in weed? You ain't going to be able to pay the bills. But whatever, I'm going to just give you what I'm supposed to give you. Just remember I gave it to you. So I didn't feel like I had to hide nothing from him at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I went there one day, and he kept paging me. This when we had beepers. He kept paging me. I wouldn't answer. So I came, he like, yo, I wanted some weed. You want here? So I just went and got it. I'm like, what? I don't do that. You don't know what I got going on or who that is or anything. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't hustling for nobody at the time, but re-up money was serious then. You couldn't, I can't be 400 off. I ain't going to be able to get my next flip. So after that, I was like, yo, I'm out.
You left?
I left. And then I went and got my own apartment. And it was up from there.
So you said that you graduated to crack.
Selling it. Yeah, be careful.
Pardon me.
How this internet is. Thank you.
But you did say graduated to crack.
Graduated to selling.
I didn't hear the selling part.
Well, rewind your tape then. Yeah. Smart mouth.
Obviously, we can tell that you're
all right. Go ahead.
I'm not nervous. It's all
You
right.
shouldn't be.
I'm not.
You shouldn't be.
I like him. I like that guy. I like you. Yeah.
He's like, what up?
He's not gonna talk.
I heard him talk already.
Talk is different.
Oh, really?
Continue on.
Well, I'll let you tell it. I believe it, though. I can tell, somebody with a, calm, quiet. You know what I mean?
It's ugly.
It gets nasty, right?
Bad.
I can tell. The thing is, you graduate to selling crack.
Right.
What made you want to sell crack?
The money was coming faster. It was there. It was there for me to do it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I always wanted more. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing at that time, but I think just remembering, being in a house with 3 uncles, 3 aunts, cousins, grandma, grandpa, and one house, I always remembered that. And it was like, I want more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would go to the mall every day. It may sound crazy, but it's the truth. I would go every day. Back then, everybody would shop on the Ave. I would go to the Ave every day to get an outfit just to wear for the day. Because my shit had to feel new. I had to feel new. From being a kid and wearing the same over and over and over and over, I had to feel that new, or, you know what I'm saying, smell that new smell, them new sneakers, okay, daddy ain't give me no sneakers, but I got me those sneakers. Like, I was on that type time. Yeah, heavy. Like, I was on that.
Every day you'll buy a new outfit.
Every day that I could buy it, that's what I would do.
At what age you got locked up the first time?
I got locked up at 16. I went to the juvenile joint called Youth Study Center, where you had to be tough. If you wasn't tough, your sneakers was going to get took. So, because when you go to bed, you got to keep your sneakers out in the hallway. So you wake up in the morning, your sneakers might be gone. You better be tough. Know how to fight, or you going to walk around barefooted. So I went at 16. I went to a placement. I was there for a while. Then I came home. A year later. Yeah, then I was out in the streets.
But you got locked up for crack, selling crack?
Yeah.
Sure wasn't hurting nobody?
My best friend right here, he actually got locked up first for selling it. We were selling it together.
What?
Yeah. Look, we used to hustle together, right? I was getting rid of all my shit first. He like, why don't you sell my shit for me? Because you getting yours done, you getting rid of yours too fast. I said, all right. So he was keeping his, like, we used to have this trick back in the day, right? Where you had your work, remember you have it in the belt? I told him, don't keep that right there. He like, I'm telling you, they ain't gonna catch it. All right. Motherfucking detectives pull up. Get your fucking ass. I found it, locked him up. Yeah. So he went first, and then I went eventually after him.
You always been a fighter, though? Because you always talking about this.
No. I used to be a punk when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I used to get my ass whooped. When I was a kid, man, I wasn't with that fight. Nah. But I got tired of getting my ass whooped.
But, I mean, what's the age, though? As a kid, what age did you...
I would say 11. I would say 11 to like 14. 11 to like 14. I was a little scary. I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying?
But you grew up in Philly. You said the streets was crazy back then. So
yeah, it was crazy back then. But back then it wasn't like, if somebody had a gun back then, it was like a 38 special Friday night. Bow, like, it shot up the park. Like, it wasn't like no crazy like now. So back then you had to fight. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, we acting like they super tough. This wasn't always super tough. You know what I'm saying? You ain't win every fight. You gonna get your ass whooped. That's how I learned how to fight. Like, getting my ass whooped as a kid. I got tired of getting my ass whooped. And I started niggas up. Like, then I got my hands on a pistol and shit real different.
So you remember, so you kept it real. You used to get your ass whooped.
Yeah.
And you remember turning up. Do you remember the time you turned up the time frame? You was like, I'm not playing no more.
Yo,
Somebody stole something from you? They
No, it was like I don't know, man. It was like this with, It was like niggas would try. They would just try you. You might come outside and it might just be your day to get tried and you don't even know. Or you might be around a bunch of niggas that don't know this one the whole time don't like you. But he just don't have the moment to pick with you. But the day he picks, and he just off-right just steal you. Bow! You're like, the fuck? And then you got to fight. Ain't no running. You running, you a sucker forever. We're going to talk about you running to this day if you run. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, I got to fight this. And that one that I was just like, oh, I'm tired of this shit. Boom! Oh, I broke his nose. Oh, I can fight. And then you whoop their ass. And after that, it was like, who want to fight?
Now you fighting on. But they said Philly, they said a lot of times people in Philly, they like fighting. You guys fight.
That's what I'm saying. You become a fight as a kid from fighting, getting rolled on. Like, yo, it be so much that you've acquired as a kid that you learn how to defend yourself.
So it's kind of hard to avoid fighting, basically, and avoid being a part of that lifestyle. You can't just avoid it in Philly.
Nah, you can't.
Either way, you grow up in Philly, North Philly, South Philly. Either way,
you're gonna fight.
You're gonna fight.
You got fighters. Philly is fighters. That's off the rip. You can't. That's one thing you can't take from nobody from Philly. They fighters. They will try you, and they not gonna back down, no matter who they are. Or you run into a motherfucker that's not a fighter. He's a shooter. He'll shoot the bullshit out you in front of anybody. That's just how Philly is.
Philly always been like that.
Yeah. Girls too, they fight too.
So when did open the door so this fly get out of here? Keep that please. It's bothering me. When did you decide that you wanted to rap? Was it at a young age?
Actually, my best friend, he was rapping first, and I used to be around him when he was rapping. I'm like, man, I'm gonna start, and I started writing my shit. Be corny as shit, but he's like, no, keep going. And another childhood friend of ours was Dice Raw from the Roots. And they used to always like freestyle. And I used to just start doing that. You know what I'm saying? And then he's like, man, no, don't stop. Keep rapping. And then that's how it started.
So he stopped rapping at you stopped rapping at a certain time, or that was it for you? You kind of gave it up, or?
Yeah, I stopped rapping. Me and him went to jail around the same time and came home around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped while I was in jail.
Yeah. And I kept going.
He was my producer first. He used to make my beats.
A lot of people don't know that. I used to make beats.
He was nice.
I used to make beats first.
I don't know why he stopped.
You saying he was nice as your best friend, or he was nice for real?
No, he was nice for real.
I believe.
Yeah, I'm different, man.
So
what you used to do making beats?
Huh?
What you used making the beats?
MPC 60, MPC 62. You know, they don't use none of that no more.
Nah,
they use Fruity Loops, all kind of. I might be off with the Fruity Loops. They use all kind of other stuff now.
But at what age was this? At what age you started rapping?
Probably what? Fully full time, I would say. Like once I got shot. I got shot at what? 17? 17? Yeah, when I was 17, I got shot. Had like colostomy bag for like 9 months.
You got to tell us. Bring us back to that day.
It just went down.
But
I'm not one of them guys. It just went down.
But
it's something that happened.
You don't have to say my name?
No, I wasn't the only person that got shot that day. Definitely wasn't.
Was it meant for you?
Yeah. It was meant for me and it was meant for them.
Got it.
But, you know, we moved on past that. You know, something happened and, you know, miscommunication.
17 years old, you got shot.
Yeah, I got shot, 17 years old. 17 years old. Yeah, never forget it. But that, I was so angry that I started to channel my anger through the music because I couldn't find no other way. Because I used to be so grouchy and so mad. People were like, man, you need to, and I'm like, what? And one day I just start just writing. Like, whatever was on my mind, I would just write it. And I just start putting that shit in rap.
Were you aggressive at 17 years old? Had you, not now, but before?
I don't think I got that aggressive until I got shot. Everything changed. The way I viewed things, the way I looked at people, the way I talked, the way I moved, everything changed. Because at that point, I knew, like, I'm not getting shot again. Like, nobody's going to do that. Like, I'm going to do what I got to do because I didn't want to go through that shit again. You know what I mean? So it just made me alert. And then that person that actually shot me was like somebody. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was somebody. Like, that's what he do. You know what I mean? So it's like, you gotta, okay, now you gotta be smart. You know what I mean? So it was different for me.
You said it was a miscommunication.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, it was a miscommunication. It was. It really was. It really was. You know, sometimes people could play people out of position or play with their minds to make them feel something is one way and it's not. And that's what happened in that situation.
I'm gonna ask you an honest question because it's something that you said just now that stuck in my mind. You said, you know, it was a miscommunication. When people usually say that, well, no, let me not guess. Were you able to get past it with these individuals, or it's just
me and him got past it.
Okay, you got past it.
We got past it.
Cause
in time. In time. Let me tell you actually what happened. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can talk about it because it's not, you know. After I got shot, right? This person I'm not gonna say this person. He's somebody. You had to be on point because he's a person that's gonna finish the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna hesitate at all. And I was a kid then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 17, so it's like at that point I wasn't even playing with the pistol like that yet. You know what I'm saying? But I had to play with the pistol at that point because it's like, I can't let this get me. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have, this time he going to get me. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget, I had an Audi 5000 at the time. I had an Audi, and I'm cleaning my Audi. And I'm like leaning down, and I knew what kind of car he drove at the time. And I seen the car ride up. And mind you, I had a colostomy bag at the time. My leg was kind of weak from the gunshot. And when I seen the car, I said, oh, he got me. Because the minute I seen the car, it was like he was out the car. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn. My strap ain't on me. I'm in front of my house. My strap is in the house. My cousin is in the house. The music up loud. I can't even call this. Right? And he was like, nah, I ain't come for that. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, they gave it to me all wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, we had a man conversation. And at the end of the day, at the age I was, and the person that I knew that he was from older people and how he got down, I knew at that moment, like, okay, this is how it got to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't ready to dance at that level yet. I wasn't at that level yet. See, a lot of these that come up here and talk that gangster shit, but a lot of niggas get their head bust because they don't keep it real. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't ready to dance yet. I thought I was, but I really wasn't. Because if I was, I'd have been on point right there. Because he had me. You know what I'm saying? And it got overdealt with just like that.
Do you think a lot of people don't get past certain things? It takes maturity. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But you were at a younger age, you said, you know, 17, you said you had a colostomy bag for about 9 months.
Right.
And do you think that you made a decision solely off of the fact that he could have had you, so it was like, you just said, you said something specific just now. You said it was meant to happen like that. Mm-hmm. So you think that it was meant for him to get out the car and squash it with you because it could have went left?
Because it could have went left. It could have went really bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, people don't understand sleeping at night knowing the person that hit you is still moving around and you don't know how they feel. You know what I mean? It's like Warren with the block over. You don't know if today's going to be the day that you going to die or they going to die. Or they going to catch you slipping in the car or whatever. So if it's not that serious, okay, it's going to be casualties in any war. But when do it stop? I mean, that's just reality of it, for real. Maybe I wouldn't be here today if it didn't go like that. I could probably be dead. Or I could be doing life in jail. One or the other.
I respect that. More.
It's the truth.
Still trying to figure out how at your age you get involved with somebody that's supposed to be so tough, but
Well, no,
tomatoes
well,
matter.
it's because, like I said, the issue was never really with him. The issue was with somebody else that went and got him. You understand what I'm saying?
Got it.
So he didn't know me. He was just there to do a job. It was not even personal. It was what it was. You know what I mean?
And at that time, was your name known around at the time, or like?
I was known, but I don't think I was known to him because our age bracket was different. He didn't give a about a name. Yeah, it didn't matter. Yeah.
So now you get shot. Your whole thing is different. You're moving different. You look at life different.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the next step? You doing music?
We was doing the music thing, then we was in a group called Affiliation, then we got signed to Tommy Boy. We had like a single deal. They dropped our single on our A&R dropped our single on Vacation. He dropped our single on Vacation. And that was the end of that.
Who was in the group?
Me, my best friend, a couple other guys.
Oh,
Guys like who?
exactly.
Man, we was like 5 Heartbeats, man. A couple other guys.
Okay.
Why you can't say their names?
I don't with them.
Okay. What was the name of this group?
Man, stop trying to look up and all that, man.
What was the
We
name
ain't
of it?
doing that, man. We ain't doing that, man. Go on to the next, man.
You said that you answer every question.
I did answer every question. I gave it to you.
All right, so I asked you another one. What's the name of the group?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I heard it online earlier too. I ain't write it down though. I heard it.
I don't remember. Stop scrolling through your little
somebody said it
computer,
earlier.
man.
But okay, let me ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Why are you and these individuals don't get along? Is it because did it transpire from in the group, or it didn't transpire from in the group? If you understand.
No, it was in a group. It was in a group. We was just wild, man. Everybody had their own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
I don't want to listen to nobody.
So you didn't get past it still from back then?
Nah, I got
that was
past
years
it.
ago.
I got past it. We grown. It's just like I moved on.
Got it.
He the only one out of them that you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Are these guys in the group? Are they known to
No.
the public? No. Okay.
No, they not.
Okay. I'm gonna find out. Though. I'm gonna get down to the bottom of it.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right. So you in a group? The group breaks up. You got signed up. You got signed to
We was on Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy. They put out a single while on vacation. I don't even know what that means.
It means basically y'all dead. Like we're just fulfilling our
Obligations.
obligation.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
How'd you get popping in Philly though with the music?
Yo, you know what's crazy? I started. I met Cosmic Kev,
Okay.
DJ Cosmic Kev, and our first encounter was through a friend of mine named Vance, and he introduced me to him, and I was kind of a little aggressive when I met him, and he was aggressive back, like you know what I'm saying, and it was like,
This guy.
yeah, it was like, you know, the aggressiveness kind of made us kick it off, like hit it off a little bit, and I would do freestyles, and when I would do the freestyles, I would give them to him, and he started to play them. You know what I mean? He was tough on me though, because it was like when I would do records, he was pushing for me so hard that I would do a record and I would swear up and down he gonna play it, like he gonna play this joint, cause this joint, and I would give it to him. He'd be like, no, like what, like why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? And it would be like, what? And I would go back and change, and then give it to him, and then he would go crazy. And I think I got a little spoiled with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like how people started knowing who I was.
Tell us the relationship with you and Tone Trump.
What about us? How did we meet?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the relationship. I mean, when I spoke to him and we spoke about you, he said you guys were close at one point. I think I don't know if he said close, but I forgot. But and then you guys fell out and like, what was the relationship initially? How did you meet him?
Well, when I was doing when I first started being around G Unit, like being around Tony Yayo and everybody, you know, it was a time where YouTube was like just starting to come up. It was like MySpace, but it was like going into YouTube. So the idea was to get a couple hot Philly artists and get them together and create a subsidiary of G Unit, like a G Unit Philly. And the only person that would be able to do it at that time would be me because I had the relationship with them at the time. So I sat down with a lot of rappers, and the ones that actually worked that was willing to work. Me and Tone Trump, we used to bump into each other here and there, and his vibe was cool. You know what I mean? So it was me, Tone Trump, Vegas, and Kodak. They was the offspring of a group called Red Brick from Frankfurt Projects. And, you know, they was about their action, you know what I mean, at that time. And I like it was about their action because I'm about my action. So I had a friend that had a studio on Delaware Avenue, and we partnered up on the studio, and that was the hub for G-Unit Philly. Like, they didn't have to go nowhere. You could eat, sleep in there and just record. So, you know, at the time, I was like the one that knew what we needed to do because I was getting so much radio play at the time. I knew how the had to sound, but I knew what we was up against, and I don't think they really understood what we was up against because there was a lot of, well, do 50 really with him? Do this person? You know, it was a lot of that, and they didn't know how to really handle that. You know what I'm saying? So we did the mixtape. Mixtape came out, did good. It was hosted by Ace McCloud. A lot of people liked the mixtape. I went to jail again. And because I had warrants at the time. Nobody knew I had warrants at the time, so I went to jail. But in the process of me coming home, you know, Tone Trump was always, you know, he on the internet, he do his thing. Like he's not a marketer himself. He always gonna push himself. But he was very we always had like a big brother, little brother relationship. I was always the big brother.
He said that.
To all of them. You know what I mean? But with him, he always had issues with somebody that he didn't have to have issues with. He would have issues with like Oskino, Gilly the Kid, like all these guys that I have relationships with. He was like the outlaw, you know what I mean? And he would make people dislike him. And I'm like, yo, y'all don't understand this guy's really a good guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just don't see that side of him because he's giving y'all something else. Right. So, you know, when he started to do his own thing, I think he had got like a deal out with a major producer or something like that. I can't really remember his name, but I think it was based out of Miami. And he had took a picture. I had just came out, he had took a picture and he had like guns in the picture. So I'm like, what the doing? Do we know what the is gonna happen? So I called him like, yo, take that down. Do you know them people was zooming on the picture and get the serial numbers to them guns? You tripping. And he felt like I was trying to dictate his play. You know what I mean? So that right there kind of separated us. He went his way, I went my way.
Is it because you talk aggressively? How you talk? Because that's how I got it from him. Now I'm remembering the
talk
story.
Like this to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I hear, but do you in retrospect, that's just how you are? Or
that's just me. You see
mindful?
How we talk, how we are?
Yeah, it's different between me and you.
I think he knows now that this is me, but he know this has always been me. I don't give a who I'm talking to. This is me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm passionate about people I with.
But when somebody's at a certain stage and you calling them, talking to them aggressively.
Bro, I don't argue with because I don't with. I don't do that. When I'm debating with you for it, I don't with you.
Okay.
It's just period. Like, we've had our moment where we've talked about each other because at that point he was into the internet thing. Like, it was like he was going, you know, saying little. I'm like, oh no, I'm not letting this go. I'm gonna get his ass. And he know once I hop on your ass, it is what it is. But I never felt like I would attempt to do anything to him, like when I see him, because I always looked at him like a little brother.
He said that.
Yeah, I always looked at him like I know his kids. Like I would never physically try to, you know. So I think that's why he knew he was able to get away with a lot of shit with me, because he knew, like, you know what I mean? So it was always great.
How did you meet 50?
I met 50 through my OG, Steve Brody, in Philly. He used to book him. And a great friend of mine that was helping me run around, my man Big Champ. And I told him where I wanted to be, and he was like, yo, you know, he and I'm like, all right, so we got together. He was like, yo, I'm gonna take you to him. And this is when Eminem and 50 was on they was on tour. I think they was on the anger management tour. Mm-hmm. and we shot. And we went to see him. He was like, "Yo, come to the house tomorrow. I'm having a big thing at the house for the Get Rich or Die Trying movie came out." And we went, and he was like, "Yo, just keep grinding." You know what I'm saying? And in the process of all that, so much was going on with the game, and it was a lot going on. So, and then I had to go through Shy Money. It was a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying? But you don't just come into a crew like that and just get a red carpet. You know what I'm saying? And my relationship started with Tony Ayo. Like, he was open arms to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did a show in Philly. I had literally 100 with me. Like, literally. I brought, we stayed on what was we at? That hotel on the Parkway. I brought, probably 40 rooms in that, just so I was on the same floor as him. Like, literally. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because that day of that show, guess who was in my hotel room? I say that for another interview.
They can't save now. Who?
Save for another interview.
Can't save for well, you can't save for another one. Who was in your hotel room?
Meek Mills and Joy Jihad.
They was doing what they was doing in there.
They was with me that day. Yeah.
But Meek wasn't Meek at the time.
No. He wasn't Meek.
He was
at
a
the time.
battle
But he was doing this thing on the mixtapes. He was coming up. He was.
And this was who? Was Joey Jihad the guy that got attacked in Philly on video? Was he?
Don't talk about my man like that.
I would never.
Yeah, that happened though. That did.
Yeah, hold the.
You all right, man? Hold on, what happened?
No.
What you getting out of there, bro?
I ain't getting nothing out of there, man. Don't be nervous. Don't tell me. Look. Don't tell me that I can't talk about anything I want to talk about.
All right, go ahead.
That was easy.
Yeah, you get me tired. I've been wanting to go in the corner since earlier. What am I getting out of there?
You said a broom? You said a broom?
Yeah. Man.
You feel better now?
Yeah, I feel calm.
Right,
That's a dude that he got it was a video years ago on YouTube.
Yeah, that happened. Unfortunately, that happened. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he's a rapper mother.
Nice, sir.
He raps circles around his.
You think that you guys think that he was the nicest out of them?
Like,
Cause the class that I know would be like him, then it would be Meek, then Reed.
it was listen. I'm gonna tell you something. It was a lot of them. Joey Jihad, Reed Dollars, Meek, Quilly, Vodka. It was a lot of them, bro. Cheek Raw. It was a lot of them. That Magic. It was a lot of them.
Who was the top?
The top Reed Dollars.
Reed, yeah, okay.
I mean, I would say the top of the time. All of them. They was all. It was crazy. Like, we used to take them to go battle each other like that.
A word?
Yeah, like Joey Jihad had to go. Like, before he battled, he would want to go buy a pair of sneakers. He wouldn't battle nobody unless he had a fresh pair of sneakers.
Shout out to Joey Jihad.
Me and Oskino used to go and pick these niggas up like that, and they would battle them, just for fun, or whatever.
You said something a couple of minutes ago. You said you had to go through Shy Money XL. What was that about?
Well, Shy Money at the time was the president of the unit.
So you mean you had to go through him?
It's steps you got to take. I mean, through any label, you got to go through different people. You don't just get to a 50 Cent. You got to go through steps. And at the time, like I said, what's going on with the game and all that. So it was it came down to two artists getting a budget at one point. And the two artists was me and Hot Rod. And Hot Rod was chosen. So I had to sit back and try to grind it out until something could, work out for me.
Why did they choose him? You thought it was who chose him?
I don't know why they chose
Shy
that.
Money chose him?
I don't know why they chose that bozo. But they chose him.
Why you call him a bozo?
Cause he was. He's a fucking bozo. He was a bozo. From rapping to doing dance music, you tell me.
What? What you mean dance music?
It was a bozo.
Flo Rida rapping and he does.
But Flo Rida, I like Flo Rida. He's thorough. Flo Rida didn't start off talking like a tough guy and all. Flo Rida is Flo Rida. You surprised? What?
That's my man, right? So.
Where Hot Rod from again?
I think Arizona, something like that. I'm not sure.
So it started with Tony Yayo.
My
You
brother.
met 50. 50 showed you love. But he said keep grinding. And then you guys moving forward. There's a lot going on. You said the game. That was the time when there was the incident. Did his incident happen at Hot 97 already? Between the game and 50, when game was up there, 50 was up
Yeah,
there.
all that shit was going on.
All that shit was
All
going on. That was in the midst. That was in the midst of that.
Yeah, all that shit.
All right, cool. So then now that's going on. Whoever chose, we're gonna ask. We speak to Sean. We're gonna ask him. Them chose to give Hot Rod the budget before you. You had to sit back and watch. So you back in the town in Philly, right?
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
I'm in the street.
Beating up.
No, listen, I wasn't running around like that, like on no just like bully bullshit. I was running around getting to my money.
I mean, but to the people, it would be bully bull. Seem like
Why?
I don't know. So when I'm reading the, I asked the community section on YouTube, and there's a lot of questions, and it seemed like kind of like you were the aggressive in a lot of these situations. Aggressive.
You know what's crazy? You know why? Because one, I'm big, and I have a big voice. People always see me responding to what somebody attempted to start. I tell people all the time, I just look like this. I got a baby face, I just look like this. But this get different if need be. It's not a tough guy. I just don't take no shit. I'm not gonna let nobody do nothing to me. Or nobody that I fuck with, period. That's all. It's not, I don't run around looking for trouble. You can't make money running around looking for trouble. Nobody wants a problem in the building.
Let me get him right now. Nobody wants a problem in the building. So tell us about the fight between you and Beanie Siegel in the club. Y'all was in the building.
That was unfortunate.
But what happened?
Drinking. We was in the club, Lil Kim's party. Ask Mano, he was there.
And
we just had some words, and we got to fighting.
First, let's back up a little bit.
Go ahead.
You in the club drinking, yes?
We both were.
I like that about you. You very correct things. Thank you. You said that you both were drinking.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out that at the time what was his status in the industry?
He was him.
Beanie Siegel.
Yeah, he was him.
It was records out. Or he was just more.
No, he was records out. He was Beanie Siegel. He was Mac.
So who did you? I'm just trying to figure out how you guys had words. Did you say something on the record? Did you say something funny? Did he had to ask you a question?
No, the reason why I don't get into what was actually said because I think it was the words were so stupid. We both don't even remember. Like to this day, we both laugh about it. We don't even really remember what the we both said. All we know is we got to fighting in that motherfucker. Like we both didn't like what each other said to each other. You know what I'm saying?
And you knew him prior to this, of course. Is he from?
Yeah. We had a record together.
Cool.
We had a freestyle together prior to that.
Gotcha.
And did that fight involve other people? Did other people get involved? Like
yeah, other people got involved. Like I got to fight probably about like 20, 30.
Really?
Yeah, because I wasn't really with nobody at that time. Like I wasn't with none of my niggas at that time. I wasn't even supposed to. Nah, I wasn't even supposed to been there. I was doing some other.
What you was doing?
Like I was supposed to be going to AC to gamble, and I ended up stopping at the party with one person. You know what I'm saying? And I should have left, but Allen Iverson is my man, and he coming in, and I'm leaving out. He like, nah, you're not leaving. I'm like, ah. So I went back in, and then he came, and then we had our occasion.
Did you get jumped, Mike? You got jumped?
Yeah, I got jumped.
But you wasn't hurt. Did you come out unscathed? Were you
I
hurt?
walked out that motherfucker. What you mean? I walked out that motherfucker and said, there's a war. It's on. I don't give a about a jump. People get jumped every day. I didn't run. My motherfucking pants went down. What?
How were you guys able to rectify it at the time?
Time.
Tom Hill's whole thing.
Time, and people don't know, but his cousin Lil, Pooh, we really got a lot of love for each other. And he cussed both of us out. You know what I'm saying? And like, because he was in jail at the time when this shit happened. So it's like, yo, nah, f that, y'all tripping. You know what I'm saying? But we still wasn't trying to hear it. And then Mac, brother, News, me and him really cool. Like, I got a lot of love for News, you know what I'm saying? And as time went on, people was bumping into me, they was bumping into him, because it would be like, the clubs would be like, yo, we not letting neither one of y'all in. So if I come and he's already in the club, I can't go in. Or if I'm in the club and he can't go in. So it was just like that for a while. But then we bumped into each other at the TLA. I think Nike had something going over there, like Jadakiss and the Knox and all of them was there, and they was performing. And it was like a lot of press there. And, you know, everybody was on the floor, so it was like people was looking like what the and, you know, like we just looked at each other and just busted out laughing. Like literally, and just hugged, and it was over. Wow. And that was that. We kicked it under the rug, and then after that, we worked together. Yeah. How you think he got the 50 with the go-off record, and that was me?
I think that you were the aggressor in that situation. That's why I'm going to keep it at. It's my opinion.
You can have your opinion. I can't take that from you.
I got a lot of things.
Shout out Beanie Siegel.
Shout out to Beans. Shout out to Beans. And, you know, you also put hands on Gunplay.
So what is this, the put hands segment?
Yeah,
like, what is this? What is this?
Because I totally forgot it was you. I had to go back and watch. I'm telling you, when I was talking, no, actually I remembered, but I didn't want to ask you on Instagram Live because they took it and put it on YouTube. The live between us. You put hands on Gunplay. Why? And you said you took his chain as well.
You can't wait to get that off, huh?
You're touching your neck around the chain. Are you trying to symbolize something? I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Listen, listen. This is. Let me be honest with you, man.
But please be honest. But don't industry me.
Listen,
why did you put hands on him and throw him against the gate?
At the end of the day, people know who I ride with. Period. That's it. It's no in between. He ride with who he ride with. I ride with who I ride with. That situation didn't even have to happen. Had he would have just went the other way, like they told him prior to that incident taking place.
Bring us at what was going on. Where were you guys at? Was it
We was in the trailers. We was in the BET Awards. We was in the trailers, and it was time for. First of all, they was doing a tribute to Chris Lighty. This was when Chris Lighty passed away.
Yes.
So it's time to get 50 to the stage. I guess he pulled up late or whatever. I don't know, but he was trying to get backstage, I guess, I don't know. But he was asked by numerous different people to, not come back this way. But he wanted to come this way, and he made it his way to come that way.
And was there any conversation?
No, ain't nothing to talk about. What is it to talk about? Everybody said everything they had to say on the internet before that.
So because you ride with 50.
Always.
Shout out to 50. I have a lot of respect for him. Don't shrug your shoulders.
No, I'm just saying.
Acknowledge
always.
my respect. I have respect.
Do you?
For you. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to see soon. Keep going.
First of all, I don't like what you just said. Like,
I'm just saying, do you? Because you've been doing a lot of shit.
That nigga 50 is a
You've
very
been doing
funny
a
dude.
lot of shit.
I'm not gonna lie you paint no narrative. Hold the fuck up.
What's
Hold
up?
the fuck up. I'm not gonna lie you paint no narratives here today. 50 is a very funny nigga, boy.
What do you mean?
He take a lot of things serious that is not supposed to be taken serious. Don't paint no narratives.
What's that?
I have been doing a lot of shit. What's up? Let's talk about it, nigga.
No, let's go back to where we was at. Let's get to that.
Yeah, let's
We're
talk
going
about
to get to it.
I want to get to. I want you to ask me that question.
No, I want you to go back to where you was at first.
Okay, so he was Gunplay was walking. Yes.
Listen, you sound like a judge. I'm not going to answer you. The tape, you see the footage. It's been out forever.
Asking you. I'm asking
I don't know. We didn't do no talking.
Okay, good. But why you took his chain then?
What you mean?
Why did you take his chain? You didn't need any jewelry at the time.
I need the souvenir. But listen, that's old. You know what I don't like about that situation? This is what I would say that I didn't like about that situation. When he started to go to the radio and stuff like that, because he went straight to TMZ and I didn't do none of that. See, a lot of people don't know. I was on surrender time. I was about to go in. So, when he did, I'm like, But when it was my time to respond to it and say, whatever I was going to say, I started to bring up the drug situation, like that he was dealing with. I didn't really realize how serious that situation was until I was in the Feds and I seen him on, 11 Hip Hop? And he was showing what he was, and I was like, damn. I said, got kids, kids be seeing. That's real. So that right there is the only thing that I was kind of like, I think that was going a little bit too far on my end because, you know, kids is watching now. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like, I ride with who I ride with. Period. What's that? You looking for a kinker? It's not there. What are you looking for?
So, I see, you know, Loyal do get see the junior tattoo on the hand. Like, when you get that tattoo?
That's been there since probably like 07.
Oh, yeah. You got a tattoo?
07 or some like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Got one too. I like that guy right there.
Yeah.
I like him. My thing is this. Let's go a little deeper real quick. I had a phone conversation with you, and you told me that I was doing things. And you felt that, first of all, you called me twice. We had a conversation about same thing pertaining to 50.
No, we had a
Not
conversation
pertaining to him,
about Gilly.
No,
first,
Gilly
right?
was, no, it was a thing as far as who I was interviewing and
Okay.
the domino effect that you felt I might have caused. And I said, yo.
Oh, you talking about the situation with Trav?
With Trav, yes.
Okay.
And I said, you know, Knox, I heard that because my man Bino had called me with the same thing. And I was letting you know, like, Bino and Banks spoke to both of them. They was like, yo, Flip. And I'm like, how y'all blaming me something that doesn't make sense? How am I getting
does
away
make
from it?
sense. Flip.
Hold on, allow me to speak, please. You said, so obviously I have to take into consideration because I'm a man at the end of the day. If 3 different people that didn't speak to each other said the same thing, so obviously I have to look within.
Right.
Because I didn't take it as that. You know what I mean? Because you said it, Bino said it, and then Blue said it, Banks. When I spoke to Banks, they all said the same thing. Like, yo, I think that it's kind of like it snowballing effect, and it was the cause of you. And I'm like, how did I cause it? You know, I was speaking to Young Chop on live. It started off that. Then I guess Chop and Trav had went back and forth prior.
Right.
And then Trav came up with me, and then he started to talk. I didn't agree. I didn't disagree. I listened.
Yeah, but what you didn't do was, so let me explain something to you. I know all parties involved.
I know Trav as well. Yeah.
Right? I know Trav. I know Trav. I know Trav's brother.
Hove, I know.
Right? And my thing, because I don't really have an opinion on it. Right?
Yeah.
For the simple fact, I know all parties involved. But that is personal shit
Understood.
between them. Because at the end of the day, they had a relationship before I ever even been around. So sometimes people don't understand when you get in the middle of family like that, they're going to remember what the you said when they fix it, if they fix it.
Okay.
So I don't get into that. You understand what I'm saying?
Now, what my part I played in? Because I didn't say anything.
I felt like when he started to, whatever it was that he felt at that moment, which it sounded like it was backed up issues or whatever,
Yeah.
I felt like he was more hurt than anything and just exploded.
Okay.
Now, I'm not here to say anything about anything he said, but what I am going to say is this. I felt like you could have stopped him. When I mean stop him, I mean calm him down, and not calm him down like son him, but like, yo, come on, bro. Woo, woo, woo. Because he's going so crazy, right? And you not being a voice of reason for him. And that's where haywire at. And it starts to make you like an instigator. It made you like an instigator.
Really?
I'm telling you how it made you look.
I mean, the videos on YouTube, I could have
Nah,
sworn,
bro.
I
Because
could have
listen,
sworn I told him
okay,
to chill
also
twice.
you interview.
I told him to chill twice, though, Knox.
No,
I
but
said,
hear me
chill
out.
out, chill
Hear
out,
me out.
Trav. He's like, nah, Flip, you always wanted this. That's what he
Hear
said.
me out. Hear me out.
I'm listening. Sorry.
What I'm saying to you is, it made you like an instigator not only because of that. You interview Smurf, right? You let Smurf go crazy, right?
50 responded to that.
Okay, but the point that I'm making is every time is anything with the homie, you on the other end of it.
Hold up. First and foremost, did you watch the Smurf interview?
Yeah, I seen it.
Did you see me?
And I don't know Smurf.
Hold on. Shout out to Smurf. It's my. Did you see me agreeing with anything he said?
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm objective, but at the same time, Knox, I'm not supposed to. I shouldn't be. I'm not supposed to stop doing my.
Don't go into that. Don't do that.
Hold on.
No, don't do that. Don't do that academic.
I'm
don't
not
do
doing
that.
I'm not doing
Don't
academic.
do that. My journalism. That ain't what you coming from.
Hold on.
You
Hold
coming
on.
from? No, ain't no hold on.
I got
You
it.
coming from? You being from Queens, and you knowing what you know,
Okay.
and you knowing Trav,
Yeah, of course.
you knowing this person, you knowing Banks, they knowing you, and you asking that you already know the questions to.
First and foremost,
Do you or do you not though? Answer that question.
that, but I didn't do that on Instagram Live.
No. Do you answer
I
the question?
do that. I did that with Bangham.
But do you know the answers to it, though?
I do that with, but.
All right, so
it's
why refuse
it's
smoke
like,
shit?
It's like telephone, because you don't know what's the truth.
No.
I didn't speak to Smurf.
No, I ain't trying that shit.
It's like telephone.
No.
You know what telephone is?
I ain't trying that.
The stories always go around. You hear a lot of things. And what 50 said in the comments when yo, Flip, I like what you did.
Know.
Hold on, I'm telling you, it's on my Twitter. So go watch my Twitter and read what all 50. Yo, Flip, you did a good job.
You know the difference, but you know the difference between me and everybody else. You know the difference between me and everybody else with the homie.
It's pinned.
I don't give a what he said.
But
I didn't like it.
So now I'm responding to you. Now let's talk about Trav's situation. I told Trav to chill. Now I could have been. I'm gonna take response. I could have been a little more. Yo, Trav, chill out, and that's what they felt I should have did. Like, Flip, you let it go far. And now I see it in retrospect. I understand because that was never my intentions. It wasn't even supposed to be about 50. It started with motherfucking
But you ain't
Chop.
okay. Watch this though.
It started with Chop.
Okay, so watch this. If it wasn't supposed to be about him, right? And you said it started with Chop, right?
It did.
You ain't cut Trav off. You ain't stopped that live.
I have a relationship with Trav.
I'm not saying you don't.
I should have.
You didn't stop it.
I should have.
Right?
I should have. Yeah.
You could have stopped it.
People.
That shit got ugly for no reason.
I should have.
Now, I'm not saying that a person can't say something and fuel a person to feel like some type of way from the young Chop or whatever the situation was. But what I'm saying is, he knows you just like you know him.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I'm saying your relationship could have made you like, yo, why you go there or how you go there? Because he hasn't been doing that. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I was to see him, right? If I was to see him, or if I was to talk to him in any kind of way, he'd be like, come on. But that's not my place because it's not my situation as far as they got a different thing, bro.
First and foremost, let me just say this. I got nothing but respect for 50.
Do you?
I got a lot of respect for him. I
Do
do.
So why you keep letting all this bullshit go on?
What bullshit am I letting go on?
These interviews.
I know Trav. Smurf was about 4 years ago. I don't regret having an interview with Smurf because
I didn't tell you to regret having an interview.
Yeah, but
with
this is me responding to you.
Go ahead.
Trav is the only one I can see like, all right, cool, because different parties said something like, yo, Flip, because you wasn't being the Flip that you usually be. And like Bank said something to me that was dope. He said, I feel like if Trav was on the couch, it would have been different. I feel like on Instagram, you couldn't really control it, so you should have ended the live. And
That's
I agree.
what I'm saying.
Cool, I take that. But for you to come and paint a narrative like you think, because you make it, because you told me that on the phone, you're not fake. You're not faking. So I'm not gonna say you kept it on. You said Flip, and I said the same thing to you. I said, no way. I got a lot of respect for 50. People gonna talk about him. He from Queens.
Okay, but
I think on this couch I'm be able to control it more, and that was the mistake I made. I should have used the proper. I should have used better decision. But at the end of the day, I got a rapport with Trav as well. But that wasn't the time or place for anything.
my point. That was the point that I was making. It wasn't. I don't think it was the time for that.
I agree.
What was going on?
They called me. I mean, I got called. They flipped at first because you was the first. You was the second one, and then when I'm like, damn, what the? I said, it really looked like that. You're like, yeah,
It do.
like Flip. It looked like that. I'm like, how? I didn't say nothing.
You like this. You. It's like Flip. You gotta watch. You gotta watch like it's not you.
Got you. Okay.
I'm not saying that you intentionally did things, but at the end of the day, sometimes, man, you gotta, like you said, you in media now, so you gotta know when this is ready to go somewhere else, and you dealing with real people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You dealing with real people, so it's like, yo, do you want to be like, oh, this happened because of that? In anybody's situation, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, yo, every time you look up, it's flipping somebody with 50. And that's my man. Period. I'm a rock with him right or wrong. I'm gonna rock with nobody say. But I'm just telling you because out of everybody, being honest, I'm probably the only one from the unit you're gonna get on this couch that's gonna talk about it. That's why I'm telling you.
What you mean getting on this couch is gonna talk about it?
Get on this couch, man.
You think so?
I know so.
Says who? He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
Says me.
You don't make calls. You don't make calls.
I ain't say I'm making a call.
You're not gonna make that call.
It's not making a call. I'm telling you how it's looking.
Who? I spoke to.
All right.
I spoke to Yayo too.
Okay.
But before the trash, I spoke to Yayo.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, say that again. You spoke to him when?
Before the Trav
Okay, you spoke to him since?
DM.
Call him right now. See if he pick up.
Why?
Call him.
Why am I calling him?
Because you don't got nothing to say. No, don't lay back now.
No, I'm about to turn up now.
Yeah, turn up.
You think that's what?
No, because I'm telling you, Flip. Listen, I'm telling you this because I like you.
Well, I'm
Because
telling
I
you.
f with you.
I'm telling you,
right? Because you f with somebody that I really, really f with.
Who?
My man, King Erner.
I got a lot of love for King Erner.
Right? And I'm telling you this because, listen, take this media shit differently than you think they do.
A nigga, and I understand.
And niggas look at you differently, Flip, because they know you from the hood. They know you from where they from. So it's like, I don't believe you let them do that. Well, you gonna let them say that? Or you know what I'm saying? Looking at you different, bro.
First and foremost,
just say you sorry.
No, I'm not saying sorry.
Say you sorry.
I'm gonna tell you
say
why.
Say you apologize.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Be a man
no.
and say you apologize.
Hell no. Wait.
So you're not gonna apologize?
Wait. Hold on.
Yo, get the car. You're not gonna apologize?
Hold on. Give me a second. I'm not apologizing for what. This is what I'm gonna say.
Apologize for what you did.
I didn't do that intentionally. So what the f*** am I
apologize
apologizing
for what you did. You did some wrong shit. Man up on what you did. Don't. This is the bottom lip. Apologize. You did wrong.
Let me say this.
This is why the world up, because people, that split second that you could just be like, you know what, my bad, I was wrong.
Hold on, I want to say something before. No, I want to move on, but you winking your eyes mean nothing to me. At the end of the day, at the end of the day,
G Money, get this.
At the end of the day, I got a rapport with Trav. Like you,
I talk to G Money. I don't talk to you.
I got a rapport with Trav. I knew Trav since I was a kid, and I would say that was because that dominoed effect from me. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't have happened on there. I take responsibility for that.
Okay, so apologize.
And if I offended anyone, I'm acknowledging it.
Nah,
I acknowledge it.
You bullshit, man.
How?
You bullshit. Apologize, man.
I acknowledge.
Apologize to the homies.
Why you going to your boot?
Oh, it's too big to be in my boot. It's too big. Listen.
Pay attention. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention. You'll catch on.
Yo, apologize though, man.
Apologize. What should I apologize for?
Apologize for that bull that you did.
It wasn't bull. Talking to Travis is not bull to me.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying
is be clear with your words.
Instigating it.
I didn't say nothing. I just let him talk. What did I say? I would never say. You bugging the f*** out.
You can't apologize?
I would never say nothing to disrespect that.
You just halfway apologize, so you can't apologize?
No, because you saying the wrong.
But you just halfway apologize.
What am I apologizing for?
For that shit.
For doing what exactly?
What you did.
Say it.
On that interview.
What did I do?
You instigated.
By not saying nothing?
You kept that man upset and hyped up.
I didn't say shit to him. I let him
apologize.
Talk. I let him talk.
Okay, so apologizing is too much?
Yeah, it's too much because it's a lie.
Okay,
bro.
But so you just gave a half-ass apology now.
No, I said that if I offended, because I fuck with Yayo and I fuck with 50. Yayo did a video with me and all that. I got a lot of love for Yayo, man. You see me? Yo, I didn't speak to Yayo after that, the joint, and I fuck with Banks. I fuck with these individuals personally. If I offended any of them by causing it, you know what I mean? Because I apologize for
what? For what?
Being myself.
See, you doing the bullshit again.
No, I apologize. Hold the fuck up. Hold on.
Doing the bullshit.
I'm not doing the bullshit.
Listen, this show how big you are. Now, come on, you got a new deal and all that. Do right,
why you telling my business?
Do right.
If I offended anybody that I fuck with from G Unit, even 50, if you saw it and they'll caused it because of the calls I got, that wasn't my intentions. And I apologize.
For that. Say for that.
Yo, G, what the f***, man?
That's all. Let's move on. Here we go. That was easy. I respect you for that. You apologize to the homies.
But I got love for them, all of them.
I know you do.
I had a lot of love. It wasn't.
But people make mistakes.
Okay.
We all do.
That wasn't intentional, but at the same time, obviously, people do look at it because 3 different parties. Like I said, I spoke to you, my man, Bino, everybody like, yo, Flip, come on, Flip. And I didn't look at it like that. I could honestly say that wasn't. Travis, my man, I grew up with him. And 50, I got a lot of respect for 50.
I know Trav too. Like, it's just, like I said, I don't get into
That was internal. I shouldn't have allowed it on the platform to spill out dirty laundry because I was aware of a lot of the issues. But that really wasn't my intentions. Right. But I apologize, and I'm moving forward. I'm not apologizing to you.
That's
cool. You know what I'm saying? You called me with a lot of aggression, and you trying to force me to apologize. You want to get that nigga, G. Because you like it. See, that's the shit I'm talking about.
Nah, stop, man. Don't do that.
G. Yo, G.
Don't touch my man like that, man.
G, if you violate. G, if you say it, I'm a violate. I know you gonna. G, don't say it. Don't say it, G. He don't deserve it, G. He made me apologize. He don't deserve it. That's a good thing. G, don't do it.
He cool, man.
He cool.
G. Yeah, G. That's right, G.
Damn, son. That was good. You did a good. You
did a good thing, man. Feel good about
yourself. That's a good deed, man. Now maybe.
So by listening to the story, let me ask you. Do you understand what he's saying? Now I'm asking you. As far as like, I should be held responsible for that. You can be honest, G, man. I know you're gonna say anyway.
Nah, I always be honest with you. I'll tell you. Nah, all right. So I'm thinking about a situation that happened a few months ago on our show, where there was a guest that I knew that I asked a question about another artist, and I was in the middle of the same situation.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, one of the guys were like, yo, you gotta pick a side. Like, you can't just let this person, talking.
I remember. Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about that and what he's saying, and knowing the person and being from this, all that. So it's like, it's a tough.
But I understand what he's saying.
It's a tough job we got.
Because my thing is like I said, Banks said it the best. Banks said, yo, Flip, I felt that you would have been more control if it was your show. I felt that you didn't have any control of Instagram, and he just kept going, and he said, and I respect. I
agree, but I disagree, because I feel like you have control over Instagram too. You can press the button in the.
That's what I said. You could have stopped the live. You can't control what somebody else doing their live, but on yours you can.
But I get what you're doing too. Like you're just talking on Instagram, and that's what and you. Well, you weren't talking in that situation, but you.
Nah, I take accountability.
There you go.
Yeah, all right. Man.
But you weren't talking. You wasn't hyping him. No,
I wasn't.
You wasn't instigating.
And I told all them niggas that, but then they didn't see it like that. They said that I allowed them to rant.
Instigating.
It gets a little. I see what he's saying though. It gets a little tricky when we know the people.
Yeah.
And we from the same cut from the same cloth, and it's like, yo, why would you let that go on, bro? You know how to go down in the hood, like. But it's a tough job because we doing this for our, you know what I'm saying? This is our job. So it's like we sitting here supposed to be asking questions and talking to guests. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't ask questions, people want to know. Then it's like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? I'm good. You good? That's it. Then it's like, all right.
That shit started off with about Young Chop.
I remember.
I don't know how the hell it got to 50.
I remember.
And I remember Trav. There was a line that Bino was saying when Trav said like, "Yo, Flip, you been one of this. So I'm gonna give it to you." I guess like those key points.
No, maybe he felt like that from, not to cut you off, maybe he felt like that from prior interviews. Like, you got Smurf. And like I said, I don't know Smurf. Yeah. I never met him. I never met him.
Understood.
But I'm just saying, maybe he felt like that from prior interviews.
I got it. All right. My nigga, I apologize, man. Let's move on, man. I don't like.
There you go. Well, you keep talking about it.
I don't like the fact you try to force me to apologize, though. I think there was a lot of aggression with that. You know what I mean? And I think that you should have.
It happened. All that. It happened. It is what it is.
So why did you call me?
It's classic. Why did I call you what?
Why did you call me with
the Gilly?
Yeah.
Well, because for the simple fact that I knew that you was playing when you was on his live.
Okay.
But he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't want this to go left with them. You know what I'm saying? Because they both doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? And I know I just didn't want it to go left. So I said, damn, let me call Gil. Let me call him. And
how did you know about that?
I think y'all get along better, huh?
How did you find out about that?
Man, I don't miss nothing, man.
I don't like the fact you called my phone in the first place.
Well, I called it. What you mean? How I get the number?
I don't know. You got the number.
I got that.
And you called me. I said, hello? Yeah, yo. So what the hell's going on? I mean, at the end of the day.
No, you know what it is? For me, I try, I try to represent the city well. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make that between us and New York and other states as well. Like, you know what I mean? To honor each other, you know what I'm saying? And treat each other with respect. Because guess what? When all this open back up, guess what they got to do in this industry? They got to move around. You got to move around. So all this talk on the internet, fly, no matter who it may be, and I'm not throwing no jabs at nobody, and I don't do indirect, but no matter who it may be, you got to go into these markets, and you got to move. If you moving right, you better be moving right out there, talking crazy. You better know people in these markets. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people do and don't really be about that shit. And then when they be in somebody's market, now you see them on a World Star or any other platform looking crazy and got them boxed in the store.
Stuck.
Somewhere stuck because they think it's a game. You know what I'm saying? You can't be playing with it. You don't know who you playing with. I don't look at it like, yo, I'm the only real nigga. There's a lot of real niggas out here. I mean, it's a lot of dangerous niggas out here. You know what I mean? In every state. So you got to be mindful of what you doing. Now, I ain't got no picks with no body. I don't give a who you is. But I'm not a fool neither to be acting like I'm the only one out here moving. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question before, I have two more questions for you. And one of the questions is, what did you get incarcerated for? What did you do all that time? What was it?
They had me in there for bank fraud, conspiracy to commit bank fraud. Yeah, what you twisting your face for? All these rappers talk about scamming and plastic. So what the I did it. What? And
what you?
So what the you trying to say? That wasn't gangster?
No.
What you trying to say? Because all these that's all they talk about. They raps.
Yeah, why you got
scamming,
swiping.
Identity theft, swiping, all.
I'm about to get at you.
That's what New York do, right?
I'm about to get at you.
Yeah, get at me.
My thing is that
crazy.
You try to. What the f are you talking about? You trying to be extra aggressive for no reason?
I'm telling you, gonna give me the look like.
No, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to think exactly. You said bank
fraud. All this
I
came up here because you looked it up.
What
you think about?
No, I did not.
You know what it is.
It said this 7 years. It did 9 months in the hole. That's what I'm reading.
Pop it up.
What the f is bank fraud? You try to go in there with fake checks? Swiping and bank fraud are two different things.
Imagine me going in somewhere with a fake check.
All right then. So now explain what the bank fraud is.
Taking some fucking money. That's what it is. Taking money.
Robbing the bank?
Money. No. Taking money.
I'm gonna get down to the bottom of your book.
Look it up. I'm here.
All right.
And make sure you look up sure you look up Pacer too, so you know that I ain't tell.
Hold on. Why is it always like this?
Nah. What's bank fraud?
Bank fraud
a fake
is
check.
when you take money from the bank.
How?
By any means, the way you take it.
Oh, so you you use somebody's account and that shit that count?
And whatever they say is what they say.
Ooh.
I'm not giving you no game on nothing. Because I don't do that type of shit anymore.
Respect. Are you able to tell how much you got away with?
I mean, read what they say.
Oh, bank fraud ringleader. Sentenced. Oh, here we go. Ah, wow.
He's talking about, that shit been up there for... like he just felt some that this guy wrote yesterday.
Top tier financial
been up there for over 10 years. He's talking
wow.
Oh.
ID theft case.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Look. Like he just look at his face. Look at his face.
They said Davis' main accomplice in the scheme, Mike Knox, was sentenced to 94 months. Both pleaded guilty to bank fraud and ID theft. Yes, it is bank fraud. Nearly 5 years scheme that defrauded more than 90 customers at TD Bank, Citizens Bank, PNC Bank.
He tried to get me back for making me apologize. For making him apologize.
$200 community service. You was ordered to pay $4,000. No, $1,500. Davis was.
For what? That's assessment. Talking about.
They said you got away with like 466,000.
I don't know. That's what they say.
And 278,000. Wow.
Wow. You just found
G, don't do
out.
that, G. Don't hype that.
You know what I'm saying, G? What the f*** you talking about?
I like the money
700,000, nearly.
You know your math.
800, almost 800.
You know your math.
What you doing all that money?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, can you? So let's get past.
My case is over with. What?
So can you? How you think you got caught?
Somebody wore a wire on me. But I wasn't. Listen, here's the thing. This was after everything was I was out of the game, and somebody wore a wire on me.
How you out of the game and they wore wire? I'm confused. So,
Because a conspiracy, they have a certain amount of time to get you in a conspiracy. So they were already.
and was this somebody you trusted that wore this
Somebody
wire?
I knew.
Somebody you knew.
Yeah, and there was a conversation had, and they had already told the people this, and this. So basically, when they had the conversation with me, it gave them. I basically showed that I knew what they was talking about,
Got it.
which made me a part of the conspiracy.
Understood.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you can get conspiracy, aiding and abetting. Like, say you give, aiding and abetting is, yo, go do this. You aided and abetting him to go and do it. You know what I mean? So I had a crazy criminal record. I've been in and out of jail all my life. So they don't use your juvenile history, but they use your adult history. So when they came with the time, I could have got 20-something years.
How much they offered? They offered you 27.
No, they offered me, well, when I went to plea, it was like, yo, you could get up to this amount. So you figure your criminal history, is your category, you fall in, your guidelines. So it was like 70 months I was starting at. And then the 24, which made it 94 months. But if I didn't, and I would have went to trial, I would have, what y'all call it, blow trial, and I would have probably got like 22 years, 23 years, something like that.
50 came to see you in jail, yes?
No, he tried to come and see me in jail. He tried to come and see me and Southwest T, but they wouldn't allow him. Me and Southwest T was in the same jail.
Why they wouldn't allow him?
You know, high celebrity status, and you know what I mean? They just didn't want it. They was hating. They didn't want it.
And you was good in jail. You didn't need no money or anything, right?
I mean, yeah, I was cool. Yeah.
I don't try. Yo, I
You don't like nobody from Philly, man.
I got a lot of love for them, but this
I know.
I'm having a big issue with today.
Wow.
Because I think you planned this. You planned for me to apologize. Like it came out to because I totally forgot we had that conversation.
I thought you said we was leaving that back then.
Nah, but it's bothering me that I had to apologize on my show. I totally forgot we had it on the phone.
Didn't I tell you this was going to be the best show?
Just say
You
that
made history
earlier,
tonight.
behind the scenes.
You made history.
I apologize and shit, man. I really didn't mean anything much.
Apologizing again.
She got me tight. It got me tight, man.
Why you feel bad about apologizing?
I don't feel
though?
bad, but it's like I was standing strong against everybody else, and then he trapped me.
He got you. Okay.
Make sure I get this clip for my Instagram.
He trapped me. It's like I was feeling
So you would
strong.
feel
I was going back and forth with the phone with Blue. Even biting on. How you just blame? You're bugging. That's never.
Yeah.
Come on, I got love for 50. I would never play around like that.
Okay.
I said when I had Preem Son on here, when I did it with Smurf, all these niggas on here, I never encourage anybody to diss 50. So why the fuck would I?
Yo, okay, that's just like me and you had another conversation. Remember we was talking about the shit with King Erna and Alpo's son?
Yes.
And what did I say to you? What did I say to you? You remember what I said to you?
No.
I said, I said, you got to look at
Alpo's son. Yeah, I got
logic.
it. Yes.
You got to understand.
Regardless of what his father did, that's still his
that's
father.
His father.
Yes.
So I wouldn't have an issue with his son. I don't have an issue with him because I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like,
You said that.
when his son is standing up for him, like, you know, you can't put what he did on his son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? His son is his son, like he's who he is. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So I was telling him this on the phone when we talked before. I said, yo, I see what his son is saying. What is his son's name? I'm sorry.
Paparazzi Poe.
Paparazzi, because I keep saying his son. When Paparazzi Poe was saying what he was saying, I felt like he was just being in defense of himself more than anything. Like, you know, complete. You know what I'm saying? And I think any human person would do that. You know what I'm saying? Regardless what they peoples did, they not they peoples. They their own person.
Right.
So I feel like he was defending himself, and in the process, he started defending his folks too. You know what I'm saying?
How do you know King Erna?
We grew up together.
And is he the type of guy that he is?
What you mean for as what? I'm sorry.
Like, you know, what type of guy was he? Because they said that, you know,
He was worse than what he is right now. He was a problem. He was a maniac in the street.
he was really a maniac in the street.
Yes, he was.
So he's not fabricating nothing that he's saying.
At all. See, a lot of these, I be laughing at a lot of these people when they be saying little shit, and I know him. Like, we grew up together too. Middle school, like he done knocked out teachers, all kind of shit. Like he about that action.
I heard he had a fight and somebody might have passed away from that fight too.
Next question. Crickets in the room.
I'm mad about that apology. I ain't gonna hold you up.
what's this?
I like King Earner though. I think King Earner is good.
Yeah, I mean he's just,
I love him.
I like it because he could be doing something completely different. And he's not. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of him.
Do you know like Leek Moss, AR Ab? Do you know them?
Yeah, I know AR very, very well. Me and Leek Moss, I ended up knowing Leek Moss like when I came home, because I think he was locked up too. So I didn't really get to meet him until I came home. You know what I mean? But me and AR Ab been knowing each other for years. Like, you know, before he actually, when he was starting to really want to rap, you know what I'm saying? Like, he always been in the street. You know what I'm saying? He was the same. And I actually put him with his manager, Poe Rilla. I put him with Poe.
I know Poe.
Yeah, Poe, my man.
Next level.
Keep trying to tell you, man, I'm tired of up here.
I know Poe. I know Poe very well. Got a lot of love for Poe.
You know me very well. It's my guy. I slept in Poe's house before. I know Poe's daughter, his whole family. It's my guy.
I saw a video online. You expressing how you feel like Philly artists don't get the love and respect that they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about that now? Is that too old or?
That's not what it says here, G Money.
I'm gonna get to that.
Right. I don't want you pussyfooting around.
Which one was it?
Well, I saw a video. You were saying how you didn't respect Khaled and Ace Hood and.
Oh, that was old as shit.
Okay.
Let me tell you how old that was. That was so old. If you actually listen to that video, I said, if he's not playing any Philly artists, he couldn't come to Philly and all that.
Yeah.
Right? And I said Meek Mill's name. Like, this is before these guys had deals and all that.
Right.
I always was front lining. I never gave a You know what I mean? I always was like, man, that. They gonna give us our shine too. We from Philly. You know what I mean? Like, that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not saying that nobody else would do it, but you got some people that's just, they too cool for the bullshit, or
right.
they don't want to be caught up in that. Me, I ain't give a fuck. You know
so it wasn't not personal for him. It was just like you was at a point where you just felt like Philly wasn't getting the fair shot, or you weren't getting a fair shot. You wanted to speak out on it.
Yeah, because dudes would come to Philly. This is what happened. These guys would come to Philly, right, and they do their radio runs and like that, and they'll be promising different artists, different and all that they gonna do this. They might say they gonna do a verse, or they gonna bring them out here, or yo, get with me, and then just leave Philly and don't be answering his phone calls. You know what I'm saying? But then when they come to Philly, they want to call. You know what I'm saying? And niggas be holding down and shit like that. And that shit don't be cool. But that was years ago. You know, I actually seen Khaled since then.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because me and Beans was in Miami, and he had to do a verse for Khaled. So I'm like, he like, yo, I gotta go over there. I'm like, but somebody from Philly named Jay Ones that was working with Khaled was there as well. So Beans like, man, we going outside, where we going? So I went to Khaled's studio. And when I walked in, he seen me. No, J1 seen me walk in, and he like what the fuck is this about? Like, what's about to happen? You know what I'm saying? And me and Khaled talked for like a good 5 minutes about it. And I just told him, like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to do they like, gonna be showing love. And he like, nah, it ain't like that. Whoop. And, you know, that was that. You know what I mean? It was under the bridge.
How you feel now about Philly artists? You feel like they're getting a fair shot now in the game?
Yeah, you got. Let me think about that. Nah, because some of these still funny style. You know what I'm saying? Some of these you forgetting. And then you got niggas that's cool. Like, I fuck with niggas with Lil Uzi.
Okay.
I like Lil Uzi. Niggas be thinking Lil Uzi be playing. Them niggas ain't playing us around Lil Uzi. They gonna bust your head open.
I heard.
They ain't gonna play no games at all. I like that. I really, really like Leaf Ward.
Okay.
And we got a female, Rocky. She the real deal.
So what do you feel like is holding the industry back
Quilly.
from Quilly?
Yeah.
What do you feel like holding the industry back from putting them on that next level?
I mean, we gotta it's hard for us because we get our shit in the ground. Everybody hustle for their. So it's like you can't just tell a person you're gonna give them this little bit of money when they got so much money tied up in there. You know what I mean? Be having their own independent companies and backers, and it's a lot to it. Like, and still be in the streets, get caught up in wars. There's a lot of shit going on, so they ain't really trying to take no penny ass money. You know what I mean?
What's the support like in Philly? Like, some cities, some towns support more than others. Like, is Philly a support?
Each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? It's gotten better. It's gotten better over time. A lot of the youngest support each other. You know what I mean? That's up and coming in their own way. But Philly, we so cool, we might with you and be like that. I ain't telling like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? But we with each other. We with each other.
You have a I'm still.
Leave it alone, bro. You still want that, bro?
Oh, chill, man. You have a new EP out right now, right?
No, the EP came out. My album come out August 14th.
Okay, you just shot a video too as well.
Yeah, I just shot a video for my new single.
50 was there.
Back Block. Yeah, he was there. Yeah.
You shot in Philly or shot in New York?
Nah, it's New York. My dog popped out.
You checked in?
Shot by E. Rivera.
You checked in with me?
Checked in with who?
Me.
Oh, man.
I didn't know you was the guy to check in with.
I mean,
Now I know. So next time I come, I'll call you. Just make sure you got a bag for me. You said check in, right? Checking in. Make sure you got my bag.
all the way f***ed up.
You said check in, right? So I'm going to check in. Make sure you got my bag for me, right? In a nice hotel. Japan. That's the only checking in.
That's a good one. That shit came out of nowhere.
That's the only checking in I know.
I got you. I hear you. Nah,
Yeah, the video was crazy, though.
shout out to 50. Shout out to you. You started your own label as well. Tell us about it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know I started my own label called Free Lane.
Free Lane?
Mm-hmm. Free Lane. You do what you want. You in your own lane. You do what you want. Anybody come up under me, you do what you want to do.
Do you have anybody yet or it just started?
I got some people I'm working with.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My man Beezy, Crown Royal Records, my man Chubbs and them, they got their thing going.
Shout out to them.
You know what I'm saying? Then my man, he got his artist, Chubb Montella. We got going on.
But shout out to them, man.
Yeah. They don't like their names being still.
Respect that. Respect that.
They ain't here for that.
He don't like that. He said, nah.
He wants you to apologize again. Sorry, nah.
You ain't getting too much apology from me, man. You can't f*** with me. Nah, my thing is, definitely appreciate you coming up here.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want to address that we didn't touch on?
Why all these rappers be talking about all this Fed time in their raps? Why they always talking about the feds is watching them and they don't really know what that shit is about?
How you know the feds are not really watching them?
Because
Feds watch everybody.
If you've been rapping for 5 years straight, keep talking about the feds watching you and they ain't came yet, they ain't watching you.
That's actually a good response. That was real good. No, it was not.
Yes, it
Sometimes
was.
the feds take time to build a case.
Nigga, you crazy.
Wait,
The feds got a certain amount of time. When they go to the grand jury and all that shit, they coming. Go to the grand jury and he gives a statement on you and say, Queens Flip did X, Y, and Z.
Put my name in that. Don't put my name with the feds.
Right?
Put my name in that. Don't do
I
that,
did
man.
on purpose too. I knew you was gonna say. No, but when they do that, they coming.
It's go time.
You don't even know.
I heard you.
You don't even know. So they're not gonna watch you for 5 years.
When they came, where were you when they got you?
Where was I?
Yeah.
In my house.
They came in your crib?
Yeah, they came and got me like I was motherfucking Scarface or some by block by block off, top and the bottom. But I didn't know that until I came out the house. But what happened was they hit the crib. Boom, 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 boom. My peoples, they screaming. I jump up. I'm thinking this. I know these trying to hit the crib. I'm like, nah. Go look through the ones. Nah. I still ain't see the. I'm like, is this traffic court? Open the joint. Step out. Oh, Alphabet Boys. But I'm still like, nah, they got the wrong crib. They about to say, nah, this ain't the guy. That's you. Body worn. Let's go. I said, okay, that's it.
And you found out in court that somebody wore a wire. That's where you found all this stuff.
I didn't find out yet. I didn't find out until I got my discovery. When I got my discovery, they gave me my discovery on a disc because it was so much evidence. And when I went through the discovery on the disc.
When you went through the discovery while in prison or when you came home?
No, when I came home, I was on pretrial house arrest. I bonded out. I had to put up 2 houses. So when I had the disc, and I'm going through the disc, everything they had, and I seen like this wiretap conversation, and I seen the initials, and I seen like the person initials, and then I see like MK, and I'm like, and I start like reading it, and I remember the day I said, this pussy got me, and that was that.
Did you ever see the guy after? If you see him, what are you gonna do? Oh, he talked.
I can't do that.
My man, that's my man.
Nothing's gonna happen. Listen, nothing at all. Zero, nothing. Sometimes you gotta just nothing. He told on me on this. What you think he's gonna do?
Is he around though? Like, is he in the field? Is he outside?
I don't know. I have no clue.
But you know him. You know him.
I know him. I know for a fact he did. He even went so far as trying to get me enhanced on my case and say that we have stash spots in our cars with guns and all. It's crazy.
Really? You did all that?
I'll show you the paperwork, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Did it hurt you at all? Or you like? Yeah.
No, it didn't. It didn't hurt me. It just was like, what the like, damn, you was getting money too. All right. I don't think I realized how much time, like how serious it was until it was time to get sentenced. And even when they sentenced me, I didn't even realize how much time I had. I'm like, damn, they just gave me damn near. Oh, you know what I mean?
How many months you did out of 94 months?
I did 7 years, a couple months. Like 7 years, 3 months, something like that. 9 months in the hole.
Why you was in the hole 9 months?
They said I was, what they call it? What they say I was, bro? A threat to the compound. Yeah.
Why were you a threat to the compound?
Because I ran that.
Like, he don't like none of that.
Nah, I'm saying, like, basically I was doing a lot of shit.
In prison?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to put my hands on a few people.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought that you was chilling.
I was, until somebody jumped out of line. It's okay to chill, but you know, when you in this rap shit, man, people try you. They try to see if you really about the shit you talk about or the shit you portray or what people try to portray you as.
Understood.
And, you know, they ended up on a bad end of the stick.
Did you ever get violated in prison?
As far as what?
Not like, come on, Gio.
Why
you turn like that? I mean, like, anybody try to play around with you? Did anybody try to play around with you?
What you mean play around with me?
Like challenge, play around, take something from you?
That's what I'm saying. Challenge. That's what got them fucked up. Challenge.
Why y'all all look like that?
Yeah, I felt the same.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is play around?
That's my
This
man.
nigga crazy.
Look at his face, right?
Yeah, he's bad funny. He said,
Like play like to try to say some slick shit or you know what I mean? It was or you know what I had? I'm gonna tell you what I had, what I dealt with the most. When I first landed at one of the judges, I was in a pendant, I was in a medium. And when I landed, it was this one dude like, yo, I'm a premium, right? I said, I don't give a f. What you telling me for? I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? 50 then. I said, what the fuck is you, so what? What are you telling me for? I don't, like what? What you trying to do? And they go from, nah, I was just telling you, son. I'm like, what the f? There was a lot of that. I dealt with a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, and seeing in the feds, there's none of this. If y'all gonna get it on, y'all gonna get it on.
Right.
They gonna go in the cell, put that curtain up, y'all gonna rip. That is, but I'm gonna tell you something. That Fed time is what made me look at a lot of things differently, as far as when it comes to men. And that's going back to what I was saying with you with the situation. You know, not trying to come down on you or be smart or anything like that. I feel like everybody deserves a fair shake. In any scenario, everybody deserves a fair shake. And then I respect every man. That's a man. You know what I'm saying? I require the same respect. If we can't come to at that point, and we got to go the other direction, and that's what we got to do. But we know once we go that way, that shit can go somewhere that niggas ain't really trying to go or come back from. So why not try to figure it out before that? Because I know what I'm capable of.
Right.
And if I know what you're capable of, right, now I'm really going to go extra mile. Because I'm making it home, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. Like, we playing with this shit. This shit real life out here. Dying every day. Just like that. Off of not having a conversation about something that ain't really that serious. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas trying to prove to niggas that they tough. And get their fucking head bust. Because guess what? One day you're going to be outside by yourself. You ain't going to be by yourself. You're not going to be with these niggas every single day. And that will be that day. Or that will be that moment. We talking that shit. These rap niggas be talking that shit. And they their bag don't be up like that. Your bag got to be up to war. It got to be super up. Because now guess what you got to do? You got to hire all this security. Or if not security, you got to bring 20, 30 from your hood that got the pistols. Then these they want to smoke, right? And you taking them away from their hustle to deal with your issue. So you causing all of this because you what? Talking shit? Because you really ain't about that. And you only one motherfucking person. So I just look at it differently. So I try to, okay. But if they can't go that way and they got to go the other way, then I'm going to go full throttle either way. It's not being a tough guy. It's just life. You got to make it home. Even on the album, I give them both ways. I give them this way. Yeah, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. But, yo, I went to jail. I did this, I did that, I did that. Yeah, but I got shot too. You see what I'm saying? I ain't just giving you one way. That's like when the homies say, when people are like, yo, get rich or die trying. Ask him what the definition of it is, and he gonna tell you the opposite of what you think. No, I was saying I'm gonna get rich or I'm going to literally die. Not rich. And I was just trying. But people say, get rich or I'm gonna die trying. Like, I'm gonna go up in this bank and I'm gonna rob this motherfucker. And if they kill me, I try to get rich. No, that's not what the saying. Make sense? He still don't believe he apologized.
I'm done.
Thank you. I answered all your questions the way you wanted me to answer?
You did. Thank you. G?
Nah, it was good. It was good.
It's a good one, right?
If you could change anything that happened, no, you know, us hearing a story now, you telling the story again on our platform, like, would you change anything?
Yeah.
From your past or?
Yeah. That wearing that wire on me. That's it. Everything else is what it is. Well, there's nothing else to change. Life is life, man. You got to learn from it. Keep pushing.
Album coming out August 14th.
August 14th.
Look out for that.
Yeah.
Any features on there we can look forward to? Any features? Anybody that's
Yo,
on there?
you know, I got some features, right? But listen, this is the ill thing about the features. I don't like really getting into it because people be so, like, over about the features thing that I feel like features, where we come from, features supposed to be the icing on the cake, not the cake.
I respect it.
You know what I mean? And that's what people building their projects off of. Well, who we got on there? Then that means you don't with me. Because if you with me, you want to hear me and then be like, oh, dang, you know, he got a joint on there with boop, 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 boop. So I ain't really tripping, but I got 14 joints on there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You should have came to my video. No, you shouldn't have came to my video.
Why not?
Because you ain't had to apologize yet.
Oh.
But next video shoot.
I would have came there. I would have been fine.
I'm not saying that you
I'm
wouldn't
from
have been
Queens. Remember I told you that?
Listen, why you keep telling you from Queens?
That's where I'm from.
Okay. Act like it.
That's a good one.
Act like it.
Give us your social media.
Huh?
Remember that where I'm from.
Instagram, Mike Knox Official. Twitter, Mike Knox Official. That's it.
Man, he would have got 2 just now, but I don't want to be too biased. You know what I'm saying?
If you give him 2, I'm walking out.
Nah.
Damn, you gonna give it to him like that?
Shout out to the boy. Round of applause one time for our guest today, man.
Get a round of applause at the end?
Yeah, we usually in the show up. You don't do that.
Nah,
we do that.
he don't deserve that, man.
You don't deserve that?
Nah. A round of applause, man. My man Mike Knox. He deserve a Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, you know the vibe. You know the vibe.
Yo, we signing out, man. Dope episode. Shout out to Mike Knox. Shout out to the whole
Facts.
Philly. Shout out to the homies in the building.
Thank
Shout
you,
out to
man.
them.
Next time I come, you gotta wear that hat. That's when that's cool.
Oh, man. You ain't wear that in a long time, bro. I mean, I saw it earlier on your the weather thing that you did outside, but you ain't went on the show in a long time. What happened?
Can you sound out, man? I'm still mad about that. Yo, you know what I'm mad about, yo.
I know,
It's bothering me, man.
Yo, man, make sure y'all follow the pages, man. At
set me up.
DJ G
He
Money
set me up, G. He set me
156 at Queens Flip with a Z at Flip the Script Pod. Shout Michelle one time. Shout out to Ebach in the building. Shout out to Bassy.
Ebach, yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Shout out to the whole team. Pick a Eater coming soon. Look out for that too. You know what I'm saying? I should go to Philly and do a Philly cheesesteak or something like that. That'd be dope.
You should, yeah.
You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on down.
I'm ahead.
We got our own cheesesteak spot.
Word?
Yeah, where we opening up
When?
real soon. Within the next probably like 2 months.
Oh, we might have to set something up.
Slide
All right.
down. We
All
doing
right.
big shit over here, man.
Okay. All right. So, sign us out.
Yo, Queens Flip, URLTV.tv. Listen, man. Lock your doors. Close your windows. Before we get into that, shout out to Mighty 2 times. Whoop, whoop. Shout out to Ebach. Shout out to Basky. Know what I'm saying? But lock your doors, close your windows, close your blinds, open your blinds. If you see a nigga like Mike Knox on your lawn, don't be afraid to use a firearm. I'm from Queens.
Oh, you give him the fight?
As long as you apologize, I don't care.
You ain't get.